What is up, guys? It's Take a Look, bringing you back to another Raw review for what was the date? The 13th of June, 2016. First of all, I want to apologize for basically doing this one day late. You know, a bit of on a lazy flex at the moment, man. It's not good. I'm working so hard to get the good content out for you guys that it is difficult to do these raw reviews as well, because I like to, you know, be able to sit down for a good 20, 25, 15, 30 minutes each Monday and be able to talk to you about it. Okay, there's one or two things I want to mention before I actually kickstart the actual review, and it is that Raw did open tonight, well, last night, with a reaction and reflection for those who lost their life in, you know, that shooting that happened in Florida, in Orlando. I just want to say that obviously thoughts and prayers and condolences go out to all the family members that, you know, had loved ones who lost their lives in that bullshit. It's absolutely terrible, and I can't even begin to describe what would actually possess a human being to do that. You know, for me, look, I got gay aunts and uncles, man. You know, fuck it. Like, if you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're straight. If you're black, you're black. If you're white, you're white. If you're, you know, anything else, you're anything else. If you're transgender, you're transgender. If you're, you know, I don't know, anything else that people seem to have a problem with, man, it's fuck me. Like, even if you don't like gay people, that's your opinion, and, you know, you're entitled to it. All right, you're a bit closed-minded in that, but it's still your opinion. There's no fucking need to go there and fucking shoot people. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's horrendous. Like, that'll be like me shooting somebody just because, you know, they like fucking Oreo ice cream and I like, I don't know, Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Like, what the fuck, man? It doesn't affect your life. But nonetheless, I don't want this to turn into a whole, like, you know, debate or memorial for those people, because they're probably like, fucking families already sad enough as is. They don't need some kid ranting on YouTube about it. But yeah, it's just terrible, guys. But regardless, let's jump into the actual review for Raw. We actually kick off after that with the New Day, who make their way to the ring. You know, they put over the fact that they'll be defending their WWE titles, tag team titles, at Money in the Bank in a fatal four-way match, right? And I don't know. It is hard to take the New Day not seriously, but, you know, because of their gimmick and they play it perfectly, it's hard to take them seriously. But, you know, they take the piss out of Kofi Kingston's shoes. I mean, Enzo and Cass then make their way out to the ring, and like, they basically trade insults back and forward, you know, the shoes again. And basically Enzo insinuates that he had sex with Francesca too, which, if you don't know, is a trombone. Now, I understand some people would find this funny, but I don't. I find it kind of silly. Like, I'm here to watch wrestling, not fucking ridiculous stuff like that. The Vaudevillains come out and they say something, and then out comes Gallows and Anderson, and they are, you know, they're the fun killers, they say. They're the fun killing brigade or whatever. And they gain some classic heel heat in an excellent way by slagging off the local sports team, some NFL team in America, I don't know. But, you know, the segment was good, but again, like, guys, you're competing for the WWE WWE World Tag Team Champions on Sunday, and, you know, you're basically just fucking around in the ring. I like every match to be treated mega serious. Like, you know, I still like to suspend my belief in the opinion that WWE is real. I mean, obviously, it's scripted. It's real. Whenever people say to me it's not real, that annoys the fuck out of me, because these men and women do get injured. I mean, Cena missed God knows how many months recently because of, like, an injury. fucking Bray Wyatt is out at the moment because of a real injury. So wrestling is real, but you know, the whole concept of scripted and real is a different thing altogether. Anyway, the New Day, Enzo and Cass, and the Vaudevillains are all in a kind of 6-man, 8-man, I don't know, tag team match. And basically, they did an excellent job of this, man. Like, everyone was involved. Everyone had something to go for, which was the perfect way to do it. The match itself actually ends when our boys Gallows and Anderson hit the Magic Killer. I believe it was on the New Day, and from there they got the 1, 2, 3. But it was a really good, really good finish. You know, I have to make notes simply because, you know, I'm not like an American who can fucking stay up to just like 11 o'clock and then do this with everything fresh in my head. I mean, fuck me. You know, I see guys like CM Pulse and that, and their reviews are excellent simply because, I don't know, they get to stay up till fucking 11. If someone said to me, oh yeah, we'll put Raw on and it'll finish at 11 and do your review after that, I'll laugh in their face. It's 4:14 right now. But anyway, eventually, Kingston misses Trouble in Paradise. He then hits the top rope for a frog splash. Gallows tags himself in, and basically Kofi doesn't realize, and boom. Like that is it. Perfect way to win, and the Vaudevillains and the club win that match, and it makes the club look incredibly strong. They did beat the New Day clean, but at the same time, it's not the worst thing in the world considering how the New Day, you know, the New Day are actually not that bad when it comes to putting people over and maintaining their aura, if you will, maintaining their invincibility, because that's what they are. I mean, you got to play up the fact that they've been WWE World Tag Team Champions for ages now. I mean, it's the only way to do it. Anyway, backstage, Shane walks into Stephanie's office. They argue about who should fucking run SmackDown again and who should run Raw and all this. And it's, even at this point, like, honestly, like, before I tell you guys about the rest of the segment, it annoys me. You know, I'm not trying to make myself big-headed here, right? But I did advertising and media in college. I mean, fuck me. Like, I didn't go to university. I know people who are way smarter than me. So this isn't what I'm trying to say. But, you know, I don't know if I'm cynical or whatever, but I'm trained to pick up, you know, things that I don't like, basically. And I know that sounds kind of, like, silly, but in the way that, like, oh, no, you have SmackDown. You have SmackDown. You have SmackDown. Like, isn't the whole point of SmackDown going live actually to fucking make it a bigger deal? That's what I'd imagine it being. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't, you know, if I was trying to make this new car on GTA, or if I was trying to introduce someone to play, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption 2 that is supposedly coming out instead of GTA 6, and I was trying to play them off as good as one another, I wouldn't then say, no, you take Red Dead 2. No, you take it. Like, yeah. It's just like they're like, SmackDown is the toy that nobody wants. Anyway, Corporate Kane walks back in randomly. Fair enough. Corporate Kane is out, and you know, I don't mind the return of Corporate Kane for one night because this segment was gold. He gave them his resume and a letter of recommendation from The Undertaker. Now, for those of you who know a lot about wrestling and who have a bit of inside knowledge, you'll know that Undertaker is basically a judge, jury, and executioner of the locker room. This guy ain't even there most of the year, but he can literally just walk in and be like, yo, I'm like, he could go to Vince right now as I'm telling you this, and he can go to Cena and anyone else in that locker room, even Triple H, and this man can go, I'm in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm going to hold the World Heavyweight Championship for the next 6 months. And Vince McMahon will get on his knees and bow down to the Phenom. That is how bad it is. But, it's ridiculous. So, a funny inside joke there. Shane asked Kane what he has in mind We then cut back to the arena and Titus O'Neil walks out for a match. But then Rusev damages this guy. Rusev destroys this man. He kills this man. This man don't live in this world no more. This man is gone. Like, this man is accolade twice, man. And Rusev, this new sadistic way he puts on the accolade is fucking mental. He just, look at this bottle. Look at this bottle. He's like this. He's fuck. He tried. He literally fucking. I don't know. I've just fucking spilled water on the PC desk, but like literally, like it's so real, and I love it. I love this Rusev. Like it's so good to me. Like for once, you know, a wrestling finisher isn't just like a fucking DDT. No offense, Dean Ambrose, but I don't like you. You know, fucking hell. Like, you know, if someone did a DDT on you in real life, sure, it would hurt, but, you know, you'd be like, oh, shit, my face, or oh, shit, my head, and you might be a bit dazed for a couple of seconds, but, you know, after that, you might, at the very worst, you might have a slight concussion, whereas if someone put you in the accolade in real life, I almost said real life, fuck it, real life, Rusev life, real life, if someone put you in the accolade in real life, man, I don't even know what would happen to me. I'm disabled already. If Rusev put me in the accolade, I don't even know, bro. Like, it'd probably make for some good physiotherapy for me, to be honest. But damn, that boy Rusev, like, honestly, like, he could break your back, he could pull muscles, he can slip disc. I don't know, man. He could do anything he wants. But yeah, man, it takes. This was a brilliant way to do the Rusev thing. Titus O'Neil, as much as I don't mind Titus. You know, I have a lot of respect for Titus the man, but Titus the wrestler just lacks a little bit for me. So there's no way they can have Titus win this Sunday at Money in the Bank. And if I do put a bet on the event, I'll be betting for that. You know, I'll be betting that much basically. It's just crazy. You know, Lana wasn't there, I don't think, which was sad. And if she was, I missed her completely. But Rusev is an animal, and I am so glad they aren't feeding him to John Cena like I actually thought they would. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, next up we have the Ambrose Asylum featuring all three members of the Shield, and they promoted this like fuck with video packages. And what's weird about this whole Seth Rollins Roman Reigns feud, before I even like get started on this segment, is that they have done nothing in terms of like actual segments with themselves. You know, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, they had that segment a couple of weeks ago where they did get in the ring. Did he get in the ring? No, he ain't. Oh, he is. Oh, he ain't. All that fucking bollocks. And the last one, they done the excellent video packages. But anyway, Ambrose puts over the fact that Money in the Bank is just, you know, it can happen to anyone, basically. He puts over the fact that it's just as good as WrestleMania and anyone could win the damn thing. Ambrose then calls Seth and Roman Reigns to the ring, respectively. You know, they stare each other down. You know, Ambrose asks Rollins how the knee is, and again, Rollins says the same golden line. Look at my eyes. Golden line that he did the other week when he said it buckled under the weight of carrying this company, which, to be honest, is pretty damn awesome. It's crazy. Ambrose tries to get Rollins to relax and not be a party pooper. They start reminiscing about the Shield, and, you know, at this point, I was fucking tearing up, man. They were mentioning all kinds of things. They were mentioning times they went buffets. They were mentioning, like, when they defeated the New Age Outlaws. All of that brilliant bullshit, and it got me a bit teary, man. But then Seth goes straight back into classic heel mode just when I'm getting ready for a fucking Shield reunion. I know it wouldn't have never happened, but, you know, a man could dream. But just when I'm doing all of that, Seth goes straight back into heel mode and says the best memory he has is when he beat Reigns for the championship. Reigns says he's going to walk out as champ, and basically Seth then says Roman Reigns would be champion if it weren't for him, and that is essentially, you know, the truth in my opinion. But then Roman Reigns, you know, he gets angry, like, fucking, I'm a big man, blah, blah, blah. I can't deal with Roman. I'll admit to you guys, I tune out whenever Roman's on screen, which is why I'm glossing over this segment. I was only listening to Rollins. Ambrose mentioned something interesting. He said he could cash in the Money in the Bank when he wins it this Sunday, he said, right? And if he does that, all three of the Shield members will be champion within an hour. You pretty much have to assume. And that would just be crazy. Rollins then ends the segment by pushing Ambrose into Reigns. Ambrose takes Rollins down, pounds him. Reigns gets back in the ring and tosses Dean Ambrose off of Seth Rollins, proceeds to Superman punch Seth Rollins, at which point Ambrose hits Reigns with Dirty Deeds. So finally, after all these months of these guys feuding over the championship, even at that fucking, bullshit tournament they did at Survivor Series, finally you actually have Dean Ambrose being like, you are my friend, but fuck it, I'm going to Dirty Deed you. I want this title. Like, why didn't he fucking send a message before? I mean, The Rock and Stone Cold were both baby faces heading into, not at the end, but heading into WrestleMania X7, and they were fucking stealing each other's finishers left, right, and center. It's the WWE. They're so afraid to break that heel-face dynamic because they're afraid of, pleasing the marks or smarks or anyone like that, that, I don't know, they really don't give a shit. But, it was a good segment, but Reigns he drains on me, man. Ambrose was good. The Ambrose Asylum was good, but I don't like Dean Ambrose personally. I've said that a million times. I just don't know what it is. The only way I feel I'll ever like Roman and Ambrose again. I don't dislike Ambrose. I don't know if I do or not, but no. The only way I'll ever like him again is if they reform the Shield. Backstage, Stephanie McMahon does catch up with Ambrose and tells him that he will face Chris Jericho. And before I get on to the next segment, I want to say one thing. It seems like they were hyping this as the first time ever on Monday Night Raw that these guys have faced off, and I'm like, you could make one of them meme things out of me at that point, dude. You don't even know your recent history, man. It's bullshit. Anyway, next up, we have a Divas match. Becky Lynch and Natalya was on commentary for this match. And Charlotte versus Paige with Dana Brooke at ringside was the fucking match. And, it's annoying. Let's just say that Paige won this after Dana Brooke put Charlotte back in the ring when she was still, dizzy and fucked up from, a super kick. And Paige picks her up and hits the rampage, and then we see Charlotte getting all pissed off and angry at Dana Brooke. Paige was hitting fucking super kick after super kick though, and I'd say it was brilliant. To see Paige win a match for once. But dude, honestly, that is literally all the segment was. I didn't gloss over it or anything like that. I didn't tell you exactly how the match went, Charlotte done this and all that bollocks, but it was literally 3 minutes. It feels like the Divas Revolution or whatever it is going backwards. It really does. It feels like it's kind of pointless. It feels like it's not going nowhere, and it's silly. It's stupid, if you ask me. Just get Sasha Banks back, or even hell, give it to Becky Lynch. The girl can wrestle. Her finisher. One of her finishers is a fucking suplex, for God's sake. An exploder suplex. Tell me another woman that could actually do 6 suplexes like Taz or Brock Lesnar. Fucking Becky Lesnar. Anyway, Sheamus versus Zack Ryder is next. This all started fucking earlier on in the night. When fucking Zack Ryder was laughing at Apollo Crews, when Zack Ryder was laughing at when Apollo Crews attacked Sheamus, and Sheamus got pissed about that. And yeah, at least Ryder got TV time, but you guys know what happened. I actually thought he would win for a little bit. Ryder, he called for the Rough Rider. Sheamus reversed it and hit the bro kick for the win. After the match, Sheamus beat down Zack Ryder, and Apollo Crews, of course, made the save. What is the worst thing about this guy is that, you could tell he wants to do well, right? Apollo Crews. And you could tell he's a good wrestler. But the guy has hardly any charisma. And, you know, you could tell he has respect for his peers as well. Because after he fucked up a spot a couple of weeks ago, or it may have even been last week against Chris Jericho, after Jericho hit the code breaker, you could audibly hear Cruz saying, "I'm so sorry" to Jericho. And while it's a mistake to apologize in the middle of the ring, dude, when like they do have microphones and all that all around the ring to pick up the sound and all that bollocks, admittedly, the guy, he realized he done fucked up. And in this life, when you done fucked up, all you really can do is apologize and hope for the best. Backstage, Shane and Kane are still talking. Kevin Owens walks in and asked if Stephanie is around, and she isn't. So then Owens proceeds to snitch on Del Rio for being late, arriving to Raw, and to be taking out the Money in the Bank match. Del Rio then bursts into the office and fucking starts talking all this Spanish. I don't know, pero. You know, admittedly, Del Rio has literally taught me Spanish over the last 2 weeks, like 3 weeks, like 2-3 weeks. Pero is dog, isn't it? I don't fucking know. That's all I know. Like literally, fucking. I don't know. Does pero mean bitch or dog? I think pendejo means dickhead or something like that. And fucking, I don't know. Fucking Vamanos means go or run away or I don't fucking know. But no. It's funny because like Owens was like, "Oh no, Del Rio basically got detained at airport security," and I don't know if that was slightly racist or not. Kane suggests that they have a match, a tag team match, and then Shane McMahon decides, "Yes, you will. You're gonna face the Lucha Dragons, and if they lose, they're out of the Money in the Bank." So that would be more interesting. I felt like, you know, this match would have been more interesting if they would have named someone other than the Lucha Dragons, like that we could actually believe that, you know, they might lose to at some point. If you know what I mean, like, come on, man, we can't just expect you guys to lose to the Lucha Dragons. You know it ain't coming. Next up, we have Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. This match got made in a backstage interview earlier on when Sami Zayn interrupted Cesaro's interview. Sami Zayn gets the win, but guys, honestly, if they put the Raw replay up on the WWE Network yet, or if you can find it, please do. I don't have the time or the justice to explain to you how good this match was. If you've ever seen their NXT matches, you know the kind of shit I'm on about. Springboards off the ropes into uppercuts, fucking Blue Thunder Bomb, fucking flipping sunset pins. I don't fucking know, man. It's crazy. It is mental. Actually, the match did end when Sami Zayn went for a Blue Thunder Bomb. Cesaro flipped out of that, and Zayn flipped again and wrapped Cesaro up in a whipping sunset flip. Wrestling. That's all I'm saying to you. Wrestling. It was good wrestling. The contract signing between AJ Styles and John Cena is out next. And I don't know, man. I felt like, you know, they've done a terrible job building this one up after they actually started off all right, man. And hear me out for a second. Like, I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, no, they haven't. It's a dream match, etc., etc." And yes, in many ways it is. But here's the thing, right? They've turned this whole thing into John Cena versus AJ Styles, the indie guy who wants to beat John Cena. Or at least that's what John Cena's tried to turn it into. And then they essentially, I don't want to use the term buried. I don't know. I want to use a term that's not quite as bad as buried. They emasculated AJ Styles a little bit this Monday on Raw. Basically, John Cena, you know, they did their whole back and forward trading things like, you know, Indian guy, Kmart, shopping ass, fucking AJ Styles. You know, the good thing about AJ Styles is everything that AJ Styles says doesn't come off as WWE promo written. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but it comes off as what AJ Styles would actually say. But I don't know, man. It was just a bad segment, in my opinion, simply because John Cena was like, here's 2 contracts. One allows you to bring the club to the ring. One doesn't allow you to bring the club to the ring. Prove you're a man. Sign up and fucking and fucking prove you're a man by facing me without the club, which is, of course, what AJ Styles fucking, what AJ Styles fucking chooses. But my problem with this is that now they're trying to show it as whether AJ Styles will man up or not, when realistically, he fought Roman Reigns, battle for battle, almost beat him twice without any help from the club, in my opinion. And now they're saying he can't do it without the club. It just does my head in, man. Like, honestly, just stop. You have to paint AJ Styles on a level playing field. I'm not even sure you needed to turn AJ heel for this feud if you really wanted it. I mean, because if the club ain't going to be part of the match, then what's the point in having AJ as a heel? Kevin Owens and Del Rio, they do the whole dysfunctional thing and they do beat the Lucha Dragons. After the match, Del Rio kicks Owens in the head. And I'm sorry for glossing over that, guys, but I cannot stand Del Rio, man. For what it's worth, Kevin Owens got the pin. And, Kevin Owens, everybody, the best fucking wrestler arguably in the WWE at the moment, maybe. Backstage, we see Owens telling Stephanie that Sami Zayn's going to be out on commentary. Kevin Owens is making a job of snitching tonight. Del Rio walks in and says, well, if Owens is also going to be on commentary, then Del Rio is going to be the guest timekeeper. Jericho and Ambrose beef it out, but it is just silly how they do this, man. The whole fucking match was focused on those guys on the outside, and they actually waited till these guys finished the match. Ambrose, reversed fucking of move into the walls of Jericho, and then Ambrose gets the rebound lariat. Jericho tries the code breaker. Ambrose catches him and hits the dirty deeds for the win. Ambrose balls the hell out of me. Jericho does well, though. After the match, a huge brawl broke out in which all six competitors or was it all six? No, it wasn't, because Sneaky Jericho, Sami Zayn, and everyone was beefing outside. Sami Zayn then gets on the top rope, dives onto fucking everyone outside. Jericho is in the middle of the ring, sets a ladder up and takes down the Money in the Bank briefcase to end Raw. Winning the Money in the Bank for Jericho would be huge. But it would be quite awesome, man. I'll tell you that, not for nothing. But, no, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we didn't see the Usos, like, on Raw tonight. Like, I'm glad. I just don't know where the hell you go in so many of these feuds. I mean, for me, Seth Rollins needs to win the belt. Not a lot of people will agree with that, but I feel like he does. I mean, what is life without Seth Rollins? I don't know. But we'll see how it's going to go. Sorry if this review is a bit lackluster. It's like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, man. These reviews get harder and harder to do every week since fucking Raw went 3 hours. I can't believe in 2012 I was actually excited for it to be 3 hours. But now it's just grating, man. And believe it or not, they're actually considering doing 2 pay-per-views per month. One for Raw, one for SmackDown. And you know they are going to extend SmackDown to 3 hours at some point. You just know they will. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this review. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to leave a rate, comment, and subscribe. This has been Take a Look. I'm out. Peace.